It was an honor to interview prominent local figure Richard Hamann. This was an excellent time to learn from Richard about his life and about Auburndale. Before showing the interview, here's Richard's background and his achievements. Richard Hamann graduated from Auburndale High School in 1969. He was inducted into the Auburndale High School Hall of Fame in 2024. Richard Hamann was first elected to the Auburndale City Commission in 1991. He served then to 1996. His other years of service include 1998, 2003, 2006 to 2013, and 2015 to 2023, serving as mayor in 1996, 2002, 2010, and 2013. He holds the record for the longest tenure of any Auburndale elected official. Beyond Auburndale, Richard also served in every officer position with the Ridge League of Cities, including president in 2002 and 2013. In 2013, he was awarded the Nettie B. Drawn Municipal Official of the Year Award, the highest honor awarded for service to the Ridge League of Cities. These subjects and more will be covered in today's interview, so let's get to it. First topic, I actually printed out a photo of Auburndale City Hall from the 1950s, so I'll show it up there as well. That's because I want you to explain your background in Auburndale, so I thought it was a good kind of tying in with the 1950s and City Hall in Auburndale.
It is. That is the 50s City Hall, that's for sure. And it looks just as good today as it did in 1950.
Earliest memories of Auburndale?
My earliest memories of Auburndale. Oh, as a kid growing up, I remember how everybody knew everybody. Mm-hmm. Even as a kid, when I was growing up, I lived on Lynchburg Road, mm-hmm. and I used to ride my bicycle up 92 to where Public Utilities is now, but it used to be the old ice house. And behind there was Miss Maggie Scott. She had a mm-hmm. bait and tackle shop. And I used to ride my bicycle from there up there to get minnows and worms to go fishing. Yeah. Of course, back in those days, Highway 92 wasn't that busy. So I could just scoot down the highway there on my bike and be home in 10, 15 minutes.
You graduated from Auburndale High School in 1969, and I have proof of that here, the yearbook from 1969 Auburndale High School. Would it be okay if we went through it for a little bit?
Yeah, go ahead.
First, you got your photo here, your library science benefit students at the time.
Yes.
And there's you right there.
Yes.
Another thing you did at Auburndale High School was that you mentioned in your book about, it's basketball.
Oh yeah.
So you played basketball. So
well, and there's my brother, number 22 there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep. How was it playing basketball with your brother on the same team?
It was interesting. Mm-hmm. He was younger than I, and I was a senior. He was a sophomore. Mm-hmm. So it was. We only got 1 year together, mm-hmm. and it was. It worked out very well. Very well.
Yeah. There's your senior portrait.
Ooh.
So I'll show Allison as well. How was it attending Auburndale High School?
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
It was. There again, everybody knew who everybody was, and everybody got along. It was wouldn't want to go to any other high school in the county.
Was there anything during your high school career that inspired you to get into public service later?
Yes, there was. Mm-hmm. A class called civics.
Yeah.
I thought that that played a part in learning government, how it works from the federal level down to the city level, and of course at state and county you got to have a federal, state, county, and then your local municipality.
Who taught the civics course?
Mr. Fisher.
Mr. Fisher?
Yeah, I remember that. He was real good, and he made it fun for us, and he made it where we could understand what the process was, why you did it, and that made a very lasting impression on me.
Memorable teachers you had, like Mr. Fisher.
Right.
Do you mind expanding on that a little bit?
Oh, well, we had there was several teachers that were. I remember Miss Waits. She was a typing teacher, and then we had Miss Corley. She was the librarian. I had her for library science. And she was an elderly woman, and she was old school,
Uh-huh.
and she treated you just like you were one of her children.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had Mrs. Mullins for history class. She was very instrumental. I mean, she was always on me. And I had a teacher named Mrs. Sloan. She was a business math teacher.
I gotta ask, because graduating in 1969, the late 60s and early 70s are usually considered one of the best eras of music. Did you guys know that at the time?
We didn't know it at the time, but we sure enjoyed it.
I had to ask that one. Who did you listen to?
Creedence Clearwater, the Doors. Man, that's it. There was several of them. Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. There was just many groups at that time. Beach Boys. They were the heavy hitters back in the day.
Graduated in 1969, inducted in the Auburndale High School Hall of Fame. How was that feeling?
One of the greatest honors to ever to have. In having this room named after me and being named to the Hall of Fame and the Nettie Drawn Award, Municipal Official of the Year Award, are probably the three most precious things I've earned over the years. It just blows my mind that I could even accomplish something like that. But to get those honors is it's deep for me. It really is.
What did you do right after graduating high school? You went to barber school?
I went to barber school. I was pre-enrolled in barber school before I even graduated, and so I took a week off after I graduated, and the following week I was in barber school in Orlando.
Did you move to Orlando?
I lived in Orlando, yes. Lived right behind the school in a rented little mobile home.
You came back to Auburndale after going to barber school?
Well, yeah, for the first year, well, I still lived in Auburndale, but they didn't have no vacancies that please you. When I was a kid, growing up, that's where I got my hair cut. And so then when I went off to barber school, Charles and Darrell Ennis and Herb Shelton and them, they were all there, Bud Harper, and they were there, but they didn't have room for another barber at that time. So the first job I had was in Lake Wells, and I worked in Lake Wells for a year. Drove back and forth every day at Lake Wells.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and for the first year, and then Herb decided to leave, and then I got to come to Please You, and 50 some odd years later, I'm still there.
I have a note here that, and let me know if this is true before I get into the question, but it says Please You Barbershop was established in 1960 by former city mayor Charles Johnson.
That's true.
That's true?
Yes, that's true.
You got elected in 1991.
Yeah.
Sometimes citizens would come in to talk to you about city business.
Yeah, yeah, and Charles, and talking with him over the years too, he said the same thing. He said, well, the platform we had just to hear people out and hear their concerns and you know, it was to help them out, and that's our job as public service. We're there to help serve the people and to help them out any way we possibly can.
We'll move on into your public service career. You're first elected in 1991.
Ooh,
so
it's been a while to go back.
I actually got a photo from May 1991.
Wow. Mr. Allred, yes. My hair was a lot darker back in those days. That's outstanding. That was Mr. Allred. He was one heck of a public utilities director.
What encouraged you to pursue becoming an elected official?
At that time, I didn't think the commission was very progressive enough. And I felt that the city could be doing more, and I felt that there needed some more people that needed to get involved. And for me to sit back and say, complain about something, why don't I go ahead and run for office and see if I can make a difference? And that's what led me to run for city commission and then stay here for several years.
Longest tenured elected official. How was that first year as an elected official?
The first year was very much a learning experience. I mean, I had some knowledge, but it was a lot more than I needed when I first got elected, because you're working with 7 different departments. You're working to make sure they're all funded and everything, and to provide the service that we do for the city, citizens and that. So I think that was the main reason for me wanting to run.
Would it be okay if I read you a Facebook comment that we got?
Yeah.
It's a little lengthy, but I thought it tied in perfectly with what the next question is. He wrote, "The first time I met Mr. Hamann was in 2002. I was working for the city of Auburndale in the street department for a couple of months when a large oak tree had fallen down into the street in the Sunset area. This was in the evening due to strong wind and rain that was occurring at the time. It was dark and raining when a gentleman walked up to our crew that was working to clear the road wearing a t-shirt, shorts, and flip-flops. He was also carrying a chainsaw and said he was going to help clear the tree from the road. He introduced himself to me as Richard Hamann. I had no idea at that time who he was. He worked with us for a couple of hours until the road was cleared. Parentheses, this was not the last time that happened. Several times throughout my career with the city, I had seen him out helping with hurricane recovery as well, in parentheses. I found out later that evening that he was the mayor of Auburndale. I had great respect for him from that day forward. It showed me what kind of person he was and how he cared about the city workers and staff and the city itself. He is a true definition of what it is to be a public servant for the people of the city of Auburndale. Well done, sir." So after reading that comment, was that something you did often?
I did whatever needed to be done to help out the workers, and especially in a situation like that where you had a roadblock. The guys were working real hard, and I figured they just needed another hand. So jumped in there to help them, and we knocked it out.
Yeah, because he mentions that happened several times.
Well, there was a few other times that I stopped and helped them. Yes.
What are you most proud of during your time as an elected official?
My tenure. I think having the confidence of the citizenry to keep me in office. You know, I kind of say you don't realize what kind of job you're doing until you get your report card, and that's election time.
Right.
And then you know whether you're doing what you're supposed to be doing for the citizens of the city. And I've been fortunate enough to win many elections.
What was the biggest takeaway from your time as an elected official?
The biggest takeaway, I think, carrying out the business of the city from the policy standpoint that the commission sets, and make sure let's use this for an example. When I first got on the commission, we were in the middle of the pack in the millage rate in Polk County. When I left office, I think we were second or third having the lowest millage rate in the county. So out of 17 cities, I thought that was a plus. And right now, I think that the city's at the lowest, got the lowest millage rate of any city in Polk County, and still be able to provide the service, the quality service that we do provide. So it's like one commissioner told me one time, we like to have it as nice as we can afford to have it. And that speaks volume for what the staff, the commission, and everybody working together can get done.
What advice would you provide for other elected officials?
Well, I kind of used my business for what we did as a commissioner, what I did as a commissioner. I listened to the people that come into the barber shop, got their thoughts, their ideas, and stuff like that. And then we went through the process of trying to make sure it got completed. But I was always accessible to the people, to the citizens, and that's to me, that's one of the qualities that you should have as an elected official.
How was it being the neighborhood barber at Bluesview Barber Shop while serving as an elected official?
That's a two-edged sword right there. We can use it both ways. You got the input from the citizens, and then, you know, there were some ideas I thought were pretty good, but then I run it by a lot of the citizens, and they didn't think it was such a good idea. So we just didn't do nothing with that idea. It just kind of went away. But no, it gave me the opportunity to be accessible to the citizens at any time. And the same way with Charles. It was the same way when he was mayor and elected official. People come to visit us. Some of them wanted haircuts. Some of them just want to talk city business. So it worked out well.
Yeah. So some positive feedback we've gotten on about you, Richard, and regarding to your honors. Great guy, great barber, great all-around Auburndale citizen and public servant. Congratulations, Richard, you're deserving, which is in response to Hamann Hall being named after you. Congrats, Richard, you have served the city of Auburndale well, and I have a whole page of that, but there's maybe over 100 comments that are very much like that. Just kind of talking about the impact you've had on Auburndale already, what would you say to future generations of Auburndale?
Future generations of Auburndale. Get involved. Be proactive with your thought process. Bring it to your commissioners. Share your ideas and thoughts. And that would be and be accessible.
Part of being the longest tenured elected official in Auburndale history, what would you like your personal legacy to be?
Personal legacy would probably be my longevity. And thankful to the citizens of the city of Auburndale for having the confidence in me to represent them and represent the city as well. It's quite an honor.
Actually, there's one more question. So I know how you're an expert in baseball cards.
I wouldn't say an expert, but
let me rephrase that. You're a collector of baseball cards?
Yes.
Made you a gift, a personal baseball card.
Oh, wow. Wow, thank you.
Yep, and then
this is outstanding.
And then if you don't mind, I printed one for myself as well.
Yeah.
If you don't mind signing it.
Oh, glad to. The front or the back?
Either way, whichever looks best. Perfect. I have a first edition signed Richard Hamann baseball card.
Thank you, Josh. I appreciate this.
Yes, sir. Any closing remarks?
I would just like to thank you for doing this, Josh. And I'd like to thank the citizens of the city of Auburndale for giving me the opportunity to serve them for 28 plus years.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate it. Well, was Taylor's Drugstore, how long was it there for? And did you go there?
Oh, yeah. Everybody went to Taylor's Drugstore. Even as a kid, when I got out of school, a lot of times I rode the bus to school. And a lot of times if I happened to miss the bus, we'd all go down to Taylor's Drugstore and get a cherry Coke or vanilla Coke or something and hang around down there and had the fountain and everything there, and it was a daily thing. Everybody just kind of went down there and hung out and yeah, it was it had the best hamburgers any place you ever wanted.
That's something I've heard when I've asked people about Taylor's Drugstore.
Yeah, Miss Doris was the cook down there, and she did a fantastic job. So had many lunches down there even when I was a kid. Even after I started working at the barber shop, we'd all go down there and have lunch. So it worked out great.